Kamusta kayo lahat? Welcome to Pinoy Bounce. I hope you guys are having an awesome Halloween. I'm your host for tonight, Mr. Markie-Mark, aka the Run Start for tonight. Over here on my left side, we got Ingrid as our Raptor twin. How you feeling?
Great.
So cute. Over there on the other side of the court, we got James, the Bathurst and Wilson Piolo Pascual for tonight. How you feeling out there?
I'm feeling good.
Awesome. Over here on our right side, returning as our guest, we got Bruno, aka, what are you tonight?
Ben Wallace, representing one of the best defensive players of the early 2000s. I'm ready to reject all false narratives on the show today.
Wow.
So it's going to be some awesome no yes topics for the night.
By far the best intro for any guest.
I was like,
I'm loving this.
I love it. Before we start out the show, let's throw it to James for some fun facts. What do we got?
Today's NBA fun fact is actually a sad story of Len Bias. Len Bias was drafted by NBA champion Boston Celtics in 1986. He was second overall. 2 days after he got drafted, he died because of cocaine overdose. That same year, Boston Celtics lost to Los Angeles Lakers in 1987 NBA Finals. If he was there, he probably changed everything. Could have won the NBA champion. He was the greatest what if and greatest disappointment. So my question to you guys is that, who is the greatest disappointment this season by far?
What do you
I'm
got?
sorry, Mark, but your team, Golden State,
I'm on you. I'm a big favorite. I'm a big Warriors fan, so I'm exactly where you are.
Yeah, I didn't think they're going to be this bad this fast. I thought Curry was going to get going a little bit, start scoring a lot. The team would get pumped. He's such like an electric player that I feel like that was so much part of their spirit the last few years was he'd get going, they'd get high, Draymond would be yelling, and everybody would be pumped. But they just don't have the guns this year, it seems like. Like, who are these guys that are playing with Draymond and Curry? And it's quite fascinating. I don't like how people are kind of jumping on the Warriors are crappy this year, or it must be terrible to be a Warriors fan. I'm like, it's not terrible to be a Warriors fan. They've been amazing for 5 years. Yeah. But I don't know. It's unfortunate now that Curry looks like he's going to be hurt for a while. Yeah. But yeah, it's not looking good. I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. Do you guys think they're going to make the playoffs?
that's on you. I feel like it's very tough. And do you guys even believe that Draymond Green can be able to carry this team now that Curry's out for a while?
It's not his role.
No, it's not. That's why.
He's a glue guy. Yeah, he's a glue guy. He's a great third star. You know what I mean? Like, he is that phenomenal team guy. He's going to play good defense. He's going to get on the guys who are not playing hard, the secondary players. But to have him carry the offense, now we're totally disrespecting D'Angelo Russell right now by not even mentioning him yet. He had such a great season last year. Maybe this injury opens up for him, right? And maybe Draymond can work with him and D'Angelo, they can work the offense through D'Angelo, but I don't know. I personally don't see it.
I liked him as a player. I think he was an all-star last in the East.
Yeah.
But in the West, I just don't think he has the skill. He's not as good of a player as like James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Damian Lillard, this kind of Steph Curry.
The West is amazing this year. It's always good, but this year it feels like extra extraordinary where
it's heavy in the West.
Yeah, like
so heavy.
Even a team that's supposed to be terrible, like Memphis, is like they're not an easy team to beat. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to play hard. They got John Moran, who looks awesome. They got our boy Jonas Valanciunas.
He just got schooled by Kyrie.
Yeah, he did, but it's okay. Kyrie's another one in Brooklyn where that team, much like Golden State, right, where you're kind of relying on the one star to kind of carry it.
Yeah.
Like, Kyrie's doing it, he's scoring amazing, he's playing well.
But the rest of his team is just doing so sloppy.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the record's not that great right now, but luckily it's a different story. They're in the East. Yeah. You're 500, you'll get into the playoffs.
That's true.
So there's a little more room for error. They can take a while to get going, but in the West, you need to win 47, 48, 49 games to make the playoffs.
You need it.
Yeah, you can't start. You can't start like this and now have an injury to your best player. It's going to be tough for the Warriors to make the playoffs.
Speaking of like injury, like with Curry, like how concerned are you as a franchise or as a Warriors fan, as the organization about Curry? Because he was an injury-prone player to begin with, with his ankles, and now now
Now
starting
it's
the
his
season
hand.
where it's his team again, another injury issue.
Yeah, exactly, right? And he doesn't have a body that looks very durable. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he looks like me. He's
Oh,
yeah, you know what I mean? Like his game is not in strength and muscle, and it's very much in fluidity and a quick release and his smarts and his excellent shot. But if he loses a little bit of that, what's the injury? A wrist? So he could be
It's
okay.
a broken hand.
Broken hand, actually.
Is it right or left? Do we
Left.
It
know?
was his left.
Oh, okay. He should be okay, but still, like they have him down. They have Klay Thompson, who's not going to play at all this year. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think they'll play it safe after the Durant thing last year, but yeah, I don't know about the Warriors, and their buddies in North California, the Kings are not looking too hot either. I think I don't think they've won a game
Well,
yet.
Buddy Hield is here.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Buddy Hield because he's in your fantasy. So
I don't even want to talk about that kid right now. He did well last game
Yeah.
against Charlotte, so I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Like he's slowly coming through because
Yeah.
he did so
He was
well
great last year. Yeah.
So I'm like, let me pick this guy up, have his breakout year.
Yeah.
But it's so slow right now. Like I know patience is a virtue with this guy, but
Yeah.
no, I just want to win.
But I loved watching that Kings team last year. They were so fun. They were young. It didn't seem like any one guy was trying to be above the team. Like they have such extraordinary budding talent, but they're all kind of playing together and within a system. And I honestly was not a big Dave Jaeger fan, if that's how you pronounce his last name. Sorry, I apologize to Dave Jaeger's family. But I thought Luke Walton was going to actually, like, you know what? They have a good young coach too. He's going to kind of grow with them, but man, they're a train wreck.
Yeah.
What the hell? I thought they were gonna like challenge for a playoff spot for sure, and
nothing.
I don't.
Nothing at all.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't see it.
speaking of a train wreck, like who was more of a train wreck that night before? Was it Carl Anthony Towns and B? Like, what are your thoughts about that night? Like,
You know what?
The
Thanks.
drama,
Yeah.
like the personal drama that got in between that, I'm just like really, and B just really got to Cat's head for that.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? That's part of Embiid's game. He's very old school in that sense, where he's gonna trash talk you. He's gonna try and get in your head. We saw it in the playoff series against the Raptors. I think it was Game 4. No, it was Game 3. When they were blowing them out, he's doing the airplane. He's trying to get in your head. Like that's his game.
do you think he's a better player than Cat? Or he think that he's not? I think Cat is a better player, and kind of Embiid just kind of finds a way to kind of get an edge on him by playing the mental game.
Yeah,
Or-
that's fair. I'm taking Embiid though every day of the week. If I'm starting a team or if I'm going into a playoff
I'm
series.
actually gonna take Towns. Like,
I
You
was
wanna
gonna-
take
yeah,
Towns?
I'd love to take Towns too.
Okay, well,
consistent and
Consistency,
the fact that he can play more
reliability.
games. Like,
Yeah.
I'd take Embiid because he's shown that when he's on the court and he's at his best, he can dominate a game and he can lead a team to wins. And then last year, he also showed that he can play with other star players. With that team was pretty stacked. Like that was it's quite a surprise they didn't beat the Raptors with Butler and with Tobias Harris and Ben Simmons. It's pretty incredible that Embiid has been able to mold his game with a point guard that is constantly in the paint, where Embiid is at his best, and he's still found a way to be effective. I don't know if Towns could do that, but obviously he has the skill set. It's it's 1A, 1B.
we're both on that Towns.
Yeah, you guys are big Towns people,
I
right?
just like the way he plays, and maybe this year might result into winning. He's in the West too. That's kind of
Yeah, I think that's the
I don't
tricky
think it
for him.
will, and it's a little bit. You definitely have to blame the team around him for sure.
Yeah.
And now we know Wiggins has been playing a little bit better this year.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get excited that this is the year
Yeah.
because
It's
we've
hard.
seen this
It's
story
hard.
before. But
Yeah.
I don't know. At some point, if Towns wants to be considered in the top 5 players, top 10 players, he has to kind of will his team to a playoff spot. And I know Anthony Davis didn't really do that before. He kind of Cousins helped him get to the playoffs that one year, and then once they got into the playoffs, then Davis was incredible without Cousins, and maybe Towns needs that, but I don't know. It doesn't. I haven't seen it yet.
it's a close match between
Yeah,
them
it's
too.
it's a great discussion that we're going to be having for many years. Hopefully, they both can stay healthy, and hopefully maybe one day they can meet in the finals and if not, they can go to the boxing ring and we can
Just go ahead.
just
we can
goes
have a nice
down.
heavyweight fight.
Yeah, place your bets in right now.
Yeah,
Put, like,
exactly.
500 on
I'm
Towns.
betting Embiid on fights.
Yeah,
but-
street
Yeah,
fight.
yeah,
Yeah.
street
Street
Yeah.
fight. Embiid looks like he can scrap. So.
Really? I'm putting 500 on Towns.
Just a quick applause to both of them for actually backing up the trash talk and and
actually
standing up
putting
for
it-
themselves. You know what I mean? There's a lot of trash talk in the NBA the last few years, and there's been very little fights for the amount of social media trash talk that happens. So
Yeah, once I saw
I
that
agree.
today on Instagram, I was just like, this is great.
yeah, it was getting going. It was getting going. Yeah, it's pretty fun to track.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed that segment. I wish we can go in at this topic, guys, because Towns and Embiid is such a rivalry and such a fun topic to talk about. But before we get to the next topic, we're gonna throw it to James for some stat of the night.
Today's stat of the night is Shaquille O'Neal. Back in 2001, he scored 48 points and 20 rebounds. And there's only 6 Lakers who did it. It was Elgin Baylor, Will Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and George Mikan and Shaquille O'Neal. And the 6th one, tune in until later.